Welcome back. I'm Nolan Stoltz, composer of the Route 66 suite, and we left off here in Dillon on St. James Road. Now, this was only Route 66 for a few years, and a new road was built a little bit to the north. That's the one most people drive, that's the one that you find listed in books. But this was this original road, so to get you up to speed here, I am traveling the original route, the 1926 version, to get inspiration for the opening movement of my suite, which I'm going to title AD 1926. And what I found so far is the road is often fairly narrow, and it usually is in close proximity to train tracks. So there's a big relationship between Route 66 and the train, especially in the early years. So Dillon is essentially a near ghost town, and that was basically it. So we're going to continue in North Y. The next town we come to is Rolla, and we enter downtown area via Pine Street. Before that curve was added, 66 stayed straight and then turn right here on 14th Street, and then it turned left, which is also Pine Street. You'll see up ahead at this intersection that Pine Street becomes one-way northbound, which would be eastbound 66. So you have to take a detour on what was never 66. To get a flavor for early 66, I stayed in this building. It's an Airbnb on the second floor. I have a whole separate video about that, so check it out. And there was also a news story about the time that I spent here in the Phelps County Focus. The southern end of downtown, 66 turned right onto 6th Street. And here we come up to this four-way stop. This is Rolla Street. So the signs say that it's 66, but it was never actually 66. It only says that because it's one-way southbound. So if you're on westbound 66, you use it as a detour. Next up is one of my favorite little bits. Notice how Eisenhower Street parallels I-44? That was never 66. It actually kept going northwest and then curved southwest. And it's not labeled as 66, but that was 66. Not too many people know this. So you just have to cross the interstate and then take this little bit. So we're going to go west down what's called the Doolittle Cutoff. One of the things I like about this little stretch are the curbs. Not too many highways have curbs, right? Take a look at those. West of here, there are portions of Old 66 that were never paved, such as this, and it's images like these that are inspiring the Among the Trees movement. However, most of this area is paved these days, so it's a nice little drive. We come into Arlington, and this road here, Arlington Outer Road, at this point was never 66. 66 went to the left, okay? So this is essentially a side street that takes us into Arlington. A little bit further west, we have the near ghost town of Springvale. Now, there are people living here. That's why I don't consider it a true ghost town, but it is essentially a ghost town because it's lost its identity as Springvale. Nobody refers to it as Springvale, and I can't really find hardly any information about Springvale. Original 66 continues on Trout Road between Springvale and another near ghost town, and that's Hooker. And to find Hooker, we use Trophy Lane. Again, a near ghost town. People live here, but it still has some identity as a town. It's just not officially a town. I have an entire video devoted to Hooker, so I think we'll end this video here, and I will direct you to that one, and we'll continue along the other side of Hooker, Devil's Elbow.